Hello, I'm Richard Raffan. In a recent garage sale I acquired this bit of 1/2 inch high-speed steel. It was in a not very good and rather short handle, and it had a very strange little end on one end, which is now buried inside the handle. Now in this video you're going to see me taking the tool out of the old handle, making the new one and inserting the tool into the new handle. A few weeks back I was given this scraper, and it's got a very odd end. It came from a deceased estate. I have no idea what the guy did with it, but obviously he wanted a narrower tool than this 1/2 inch bar. Now this is high-speed steel, I can see written on there. So this tells me it's 1/2 inch by 12 inch high-speed steel. And it's even got a handle. The problem is that the handle split. And this is one of the problems when you make a handle out of a branch, which is what happened here. On the other end you can see the pith in the middle of the handle. So that was bound to split. So to get the handle off the tool, or is it the tool out of the handle, just pop that in the vise and give it a whack and see what happens. Oh, no, fortunately came out reasonably easily. There was a bit of gunk there that was probably stuck in with epoxy or something that seems to have moulded away. I have here what I think is possibly a bit of Queensland rosewood, probably see fairly shortly, and I'm going to just rough it down to start with and fit a ferrule, then do the drilling. Using a 1 inch skew. Start roughing at the ends so I don't splinter away whole shoulders. Rosewood. Right, so I need to fit the ferrule, which is almost exactly the same size as, I think it is the same size as the top of the tail center. So I'll just eyeball that. That fits over, just slightly small. I don't do very much of this kind of thing, so I'm going to check carefully. So it's up tight. Just release the pressure slightly so the wood relaxes. Doesn't feel under so much stress. Come back to there. I'm going to put a little V groove at the bottom, so if there's any fibers kind of getting caught up and pushed up as I put the ferrule on, they'll break away where the join is, where the groove is. I can still be slightly less. Using the peeling cut rather than some kind of shearing cut, just a little less stress that way. Alright, that will now go on. I can put that on the bed and bash the other end with my basher. Maybe going down to the floor. To get all that nice and tight. Put the speed down while I think about it. And next I bring in the drill chuck with a drill, which is very slightly larger than this. It's a 9/16 drill, so it says on the shank here, and I've got a 1/2 inch bar of steel. So we have the end in a chuck, and down at this end I've got the drill chuck with a drill in it. Not dead central. So I'm in about 440 mil. Now it would be nice to have it dead central. I didn't think that one through quite. Normally I drill the hole first and then fit the ferrule. However, there is an advantage to having the tool off center in that the tool will never roll off the bench. It only ever rolls half a turn. This turns round. And that is too big, so long those jaws. Tighten everything up. Come to 2100. One little flat area up there. Just keep the center cone. That might be useful later. Feels all right. .180 grits. And 240. Wax-laden sock. The next generation of wax-laden sock. That's beginning to get loaded up. So now, if you wish to burnish up the ferrule, you can do that with a small sanding pad. Forgotten there is actually an easier way of doing that. Get a little bit of non-slip cloth, stick that in there. And so now this goes into here, I hope. I don't think that is going anywhere at all. Feels on. And I was going to use the whole length of that blade. The handle is nothing like long enough, but I don't anticipate I'll be going down that far. But that will do me pretty well. Right, so that now needs sharpening. That'll get a 45-degree bevel. So I've ground the end, the bevel, to about 45 degrees. I have measured it, but it's not very far off. But my problem now is that when this was fitted into its old handle, it had the corners ground off here, and it's not quite so bad on that side, but it's this top left hand corner where it matters. Now that little arris there means I don't have a really sharp corner, so what I often do on scrapers which are nicely finished with a little rounded side is just take the top off at an angle, and that's what I'm going to do on this one. And that's where these wheels with a nice flat area on the side where you can grind are so useful. You must not do this on a friable wheel on one of the white or the blue wheels. This is a CBN wheel, and you can grind safely on the side. So I've got the tip. That really is, it's still got a little bit to come down there. Right, so that's going to do me for some time. I also like my scrapers just ground back at a very slight angle. So the angle up on the left corner is around 89 degrees, just slightly less than the right angle, and it means that I can get into corners more easily. So that now needs to come around. That gives me a little flat on top. That will do me for the moment. What I need to do to make that look better, I'll take it to a little sanding pad and just sand away the different facets. That was a fairly good job. That's a 120 grit pad. But it is a soft pad, and I might be better doing it on a disc. Definitely a better tool for the job. Yep.